Hi, I'm Julie.
Hi, I'm Emilia, and today we are going to talk about special products
And problems with radicals.
What is a special product? It's an easier way to find the product of binomials or polynomials that are multiplying.
Today we are seeing conjugated binomials, which formula is a plus b times a minus b. Conjugated binomials gives you difference of squares, which formula is a square minus b squared.
This is the problem we are going to solve. X plus y minus c minus 10 times x plus y plus c plus 10. You might think this is not a conjugated binomial, but what you need to do is look at it this way. Then you assign values to a and b. A equals x plus y and b equals c plus 10. Remember that b will always be the one that changes of sign.
The next step is to follow the formula of difference of squares. X plus y to the square minus c plus 10 to the square. You might think that we are finished, but x plus y to the square and c plus 10 to the square are other special products called binomials to the square, which formula is a plus b to the square. Binomial to the square gives you perfect square trinomial, which formula is a square plus 2 times ab plus b to the square.
Now that we know this, let's start with the first term. We're going to assign values to a and b. A equals x and b equals y. Then you apply the formula of perfect square trinomial, x to the square plus 2xy plus y to the square. Now that you have the two answers, you put them together. Don't forget there was a negative sign at the beginning. Sign changes everything inside the parentheses.
The next topic is multiplication with radicals of different index. This is a problem. The square root of 36 to the 7y to the 15 cube root of 24x to the 5 y to the 11 times 6 root of 8x to the third 32 y to the 4th. First, we need to get rid of the radical. We're going to explain how to do this with a simpler problem. Radicals can be represented as a number with a fraction as an exponent. The index will always be denominator, and the numerator will be the exponent which the variable or number is raised.
Now you will do this to our first problem, and it will get us 36 to the 1 half x to the 7 half y to the 15 half times 24 to the 1 third x to the 5 thirds y to the 11 thirds times 8 to the 1 sixth x to the 32 sixths y to the 4 sixths. Now you will need to group like terms, in this case x with x and y with y. The numbers, you cannot touch it because there are different bases with different exponents. Back to the variables, when you multiply the exponents, add. In this case, you look for the common denominator, then you add, and the answer will be the final exponent of x. You do the same with a y.
As you can see, we only have two numbers that doesn't have the same denominator, so we are going to work on them. You must know that 36 is a perfect square, which is 6. In the other case, we have cube root of 24, which is not a perfect cube. Therefore, what you need to do is look for a perfect cube which multiplies by the other number gives you 24. In this case, is 8 and 3. The cube root of 8 is 2, and the 3 is not a perfect root and can't be simplified anymore. But we still have 3 to 1/3, and what we need is to have a 6 on the denominator. For this to happen, you need to research a number that multiply that gives you 6. In this case, is 2. So you elevate to the second power the 1/3, which gives you 3 to the 2 6.
Now we can work on the same radical. So we have 6 times 2, 6 root of 3 squared times 8x to the 63 y to the 71. Now we'll multiply 6 with a 2. We elevate the 3 and then we multiply it with the 8, which gives us 12, 6 root of 72 x to the 63 y to the 71. When you have exponents that are higher than the index, means that can be simplified by searching a multiple of 6. In this case, with the x, we look for a multiple of 6 that is closest to 63. That is x to the 60, and when variables multiply, exponents add, so we end up with an x cubed. The x to the 60, you divide it by 6, which gives you 10, so you end up with x to the 10. outside of the radical. Inside, x cubed, because now the exponent is lower than the index. Do the same with the y and you're done. Your final answer is 12x to the 10, y to the 11, 6 root of 72, x cubed, y to the 5th.
That's all for today. I hope this video was useful for you and
Thanks for watching.